The story I'll be talking about today is Jesus healing a paralytic from Mark chapter 2, verses 1 through 12. This setting is given to us in the first couple of verses. Jesus has returned to his home in Capernaum. And of course, the people of Capernaum have heard about this, and they gather around Jesus' house. This crowd was so huge that there was no room at the door or even outside the door. Now, a group of 4 friends carrying a 5th person, a paralytic, to Jesus' door, right? They want to get him healed. Now, they were not able to get through the crowd as it was so dense around the door. And they try, but to no avail, as the crowd is way too dense. They see the roof, and the roof is flat, because back in those times, all the roofs were flat. They did not develop triangles yet. They were all squares. And they cut open the roof to lower down their friend down to Jesus. Jesus, upon seeing their faith, forgives the paralytic of his sins, saying, "Your sins are forgiven." Among the crowd there were scribes. Now these scribes, upon hearing Jesus forgive the paralytic, accused Jesus of blasphemy, for who can forgive sins but God alone? Now Jesus senses this in their hearts and asks them, which is easier to say to the paralytic, "Your sins are forgiven," or to say, "Rise, take up your bed, and walk"? Now, know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. Jesus turns back to the paralytic and says, "Rise, take up your bed, and go home." And to the crowd's amazement, the paralytic actually rises, picks up his bed, and he heads home. After seeing this, the crowd glorifies God, saying, "We've never seen anything like this." In this story, we see that the paralytic man is carried by his 4 able-bodied friends to Jesus. They tried their very best to bring the paralytic to Jesus, trying to squeeze through the crowd again and again, keep on always persisting, having great faith that Jesus could heal their paralytic friend. They went as far as to cut open the roof at the house where Jesus was staying, just to try to reach him for the chance of the paralytic man being healed. Now, this parallels with us Christians today, as we shouldn't give up on our friends who haven't met God. We should keep persisting and pushing forward until we can invite them to church, And as Christians, we know that people are happier when they know God and live in a Christian community. Do we make a really good effort to bring them to Jesus?